Hi, this is Bruce with Hunsaker Home Hacks. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for future notifications, share me with a friend and on social media. So today I have a very special video for you. It's called Meet the Beta Testers. What are we beta testing? EMO. So don't touch that dial, stay right here and check out the video about Meet the Beta Testers of EMO. I gotta say, it's great to actually hear your voices because we've been talking so much back and forth.
Yes.
That it's like you feel like you get to know someone, but you want to hear and what they sound like, so you can. So I think that's just awesome. I think it's built like a good camaraderie, in my opinion. To be in Australia, to be in Austria, and to be in the U.S. and to be in China and be able to get all this put together, it's just phenomenal.
I think it's symbolic of the way in which the community is going to grow. I've had the opportunity over years to be involved in many global communities, but I think this particular community is going to have its own particular flavor about it that is bonded together from all varieties of people, all walks of life, all different accents, all different professions.
So, Andy.
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm from Vienna, Austria. Yeah, I'm good. At home by my brother.
With your brother?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hi, brother.
Hey, bro.
Hey.
So, as we just announced, you're from Australia, and Andy's from Austria, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona in the U.S. Wayne, tell me what your job is.
What my job is? My day job is I started an IT company 24 years ago, and we look after the IT solutions for small and medium business clients. And what I do in that job is basically anything technology related. So anything from helping design solutions through to fixing broken solutions, through to looking at security reviews for clients, understanding and helping protect their infrastructure from hackers and things like that. So basically technology and computers. It's just a lot of fun.
It sounds fun. Andy, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm a full stack developer and DevOps. But yeah, my job is programming websites, apps.
Well, my job is less technical savvy on my day job, but I started YouTube probably about 2 years ago because I have a love for technology, home automation, and basically robotics. The robotics has been in me for a long time. I mean, you can kind of tell just from looking behind me. It all started with Star Wars, I would say, but I probably started before that, a long time ago, just watching on the movie screen robots and thinking, wow, that'd be cool to have something like that would interact with you. How about you, Wayne?
I remember the first robot I got was a little robotic arm from a mob called Tandy Electronics here in Australia. I think they're called Radio Shack in the US.
Yep.
It was called an Armatron, and we're talking back in the 80s.
I remember that.
I remember fondly the release of Star Wars. Yes, I'm old enough, like you probably, Bruce, to remember when Star Wars was originally released back in, what was it, 1977?
77.
And I remember looking at the robots in Star Wars and thinking, one day we're going to have those roaming around our house helping us. One day, before I'm not too much older, we will have those types of things. So robotics and electronics and technology has been an interest of mine for many years, many years.
Andy, you got into robotics. Well, you're a lot younger than us, Andy.
Oh, actually, since my childhood, but science. Yeah, but I must also say that I have turned my hobby into a professional because I have been interested in programming since I was a child.
I'm sorry, guys. I will interrupt you because I'm his younger brother, and yeah, Andy is into robotics. I don't know for how long yet. I think he turned almost every Lego we had back days into something mechanical, and when there was any possibility to put a battery in, he did it. Yeah. So he's a tech nerd in my opinion. Yeah, he's totally into it.
Well, he's very talented. I've seen his stuff that he's done so far
Yes.
with the internet, and
Yeah.
it's amazing to me. Wayne, what did you think of EMO when you first saw him?
When I first saw EMO, my initial thoughts were, I wonder how big he is, because I had no real size reference, but I really loved the way that EMO seemed to reach out to you. I mean, EMO was designed from being like an emotional robot. That's what EMO stands for, is to do with emotions. And when I first saw EMO, I just absolutely wanted one. I had to have one. And I'm like, as soon as there was possibility to sign up and buy EMO, I ordered 2. You know, because I figured when I get one of these, my wife is going to see it and want it too. So I may as well order 2 now. That way she's got one to start with.
I was in the same boat. I remember I first saw it and I'm like, who's talking about this? So I went on every forum I could find to try to figure out who was talking about EMO. I love research. That's one of my big things. So I'm a research fanatic. And I started reading forums. I started looking about everything I could find on it. And I just thought, this is impressive, the Biped robot. And when I realized that he was a derivative of QB, and I own a QB, he's somewhere on one of the shelves over here. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And now they're taking it to the next step. The walking capability, QB does the same style walk, does everything. But now it's QB getting smarter, and that's awesome. You know, when you build on something that's already there, well, then you've taken 60 to 80% of those hard steps and moved it into, let's go to the next stage. Andy, what did you think of EMO?
Oh, yeah, I fall in love with him and wanted to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I first saw Take My Money.
Take my money. That's kind of,
yes.
Yeah. I didn't do the Wayne and go take my money twice, but I was like, I got the money here. Here you go.
Yes.
Family related, you got us because also our dad ordered already one. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impact.
So the next question I have here is, how did you become a tester, Wayne?
Look, I became a tester because I was involved in a number of community forums around EMO. I loved what I was doing. I figured out who some of the team behind EMO was in those forums and started direct asking them questions that made them think. And I guess they realized that, you know, hey, Wayne's got a bit of experience in this area. I've been doing beta testing on Microsoft products and whatnot for well over 20 years now. And so they reached out to me and said, hey, would you be able to help us? You know, would you like to be involved in testing EMO? And I jumped at that opportunity.
Very cool. Andy was the first, I believe, right?
Oh, yes. This was a total coincidence. I had requested in December 2020 of the new website from Wayne. And yes, a few days later become an email from Wayne and asking me I would like to be a tester of EMO. And yeah, I accepted and become the EMO first time in January,
Yeah, general.
January
Mm.
21.
That's very impressive.
Now, we should probably clarify there, Bruce, that the Wayne he's talking about is not this Wayne, but Wayne from China, who is
Yeah,
part
from
of the Living
China.
AI team.
Yep.
Wayne is a pretty unique name, and I don't normally run into too many people with the name of Wayne. But there is a Wayne in the Living AI team, and he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
My pathway kind of goes the same way as Wayne's did. This Wayne.
Yeah.
I got involved and just started, asking questions. And when I saw something, I started talking about it. That's kind of one of my big things I do is I talk. As I said, I do a lot of research. So when I see something happen, I'm going to talk about it. If it's something good, positive, something not positive, I want to make sure the information is accurate as possible.
Hmm.
I saw a lot of inaccurate information. So when you see inaccurate information, there has to be someone who has a voice that says, well, wait, that's BS.
Yeah.
So that's where I made the video, EMO deserves a fighting chance, because there was a lot of claims of CGI out there, all those different claims. And I'm like, someone needs to say something. So I did by talking to people in the forums and talking to the right people. I got asked to do the same thing. I like to be involved. And I've done beta testing on applications. I've done beta testing on a nightlight. I mean, it's not as in-depth as something as EMO, but applications are, so you just kind of get involved, I think is the key.
I agree. Bruce, you highlighted something there where you talked about in the initial stages of EMO, many people were claiming CGI, fake, all of that. And that was one of the things that got my dander up, if you like. It got me very interested because as an IT security professional, one of the things I do is I try and help discern fake from reality. And I was looking at the photos, I was looking at the videos, and I didn't feel that they were fake. And so when I finally got my hands literally on EMO, I think one of the first videos I recorded was my unboxing of this is not a fake, this is real, because I actually had it in my hands, and it was a really a moment of serious excitement.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the claims of CGI were so anybody can say anything they want on social media, but people don't do research. I'm a research guy. So again, when you say something that's not accurate, well, or even if it is accurate, and I'm going to research to make sure it is. And then I may take devil's advocate on the opposite side just to prove if you say something is true. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's amazing sometimes what is said, but at the same time, there are, I know just from my channel, there are so many supportive people of this product just by what they've seen
Yes.
in small videos. And I still, EMO needs a fighting chance. He needs to be able to show people how different he is. And I believe he's so different than and I have a lot of robots, than any of my other robots. All right, now that you've been beta testing EMO by Living AI, what are your thoughts compared to your original expectation?
So my original expectations was that I would be getting a robot that would do everything that I wanted right now. And when I got EMO out of the box, I found that EMO could do everything that I've seen. But what I've learned along the way is that EMO, just like your pet, is going to grow with you. They're going to come out with, and already in the beta cycle, they've come out with different updates that will allow EMO to do more. So yes, there is that aspect, but it almost feels like EMO is getting to know me. And I guess that's what the AI part of EMO is all about. From a technology perspective, I'm like, how do they even do that? So I'm really blown away by what I've seen so far, and I'm really excited for kind of how it will go.
Yeah, I think so too. As I said, when he recognizes you and looks at you, he does that little. As a human, it's hard, but he tilts his body this way, he tilts his body this way, his eyes shift, and then you realize he's realized that I'm here, and that's cool. Andy, how about you?
Yeah, I like EMO very much. He's a cool companion on the desk. I'm really surprised what there is still to come.
I agree with that. I agree that, I mean, there's been 8 updates to 1.0 on EMO. So if just in these 8 updates, you've seen the changes within EMO, and that's pretty awesome. So I imagine what they're going to do when they get to 2.0 or 3.0 in the software updates. I think it'll be amazing. Simply asking, what is your favorite game on EMO?
So far, I've only played realistically 2 games out of EMO myself. I focused more on the interaction with EMO as opposed to the games. But I think Angry EMO is just like a simple one that is actually really cute. And I can see little kids playing it. So yeah, probably Angry EMO is the easiest one. I love the facial expressions that he pulls out when you wake him up, you know.
The details on that is awesome. Andy, what's your favorite game on EMO?
Currently, I don't have a favorite game. I play them all from time to time. The game's very good, and yes, Angry EMO is very.
I want to say I totally agree with you. When you do this, you sound fucking awesome. So yeah, I personally totally agree. Angry EMO is the coolest one.
Yeah, I would agree that it's the simplest, but it's got the greatest reaction of all the games. I played Modern Ludo, is it pronounced? Is it Ludo?
Yep, that's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it too. I like the interaction on that because you really do get to play with EMO. It's a long game though. Yeah,
I've only played Modern Ludo against EMO, but you can play with, you know, a couple of other human players as well. I love the way that EMO has different ways he shakes the dice for his turn.
I kind of go to that one. I was a kid that grew up on board games. That was what you did on a Wednesday or Saturday night with your family. You got together, you played Monopoly or some type of board game. So when that one came around, now I have a friend that wants to play that game all the time. So what do you think of the application?
Look, the app, I think, is designed well. It's very easy to use and allows you to do things with EMO that don't require you to have an internet connection. So, you know, I'm away, I'm not at home this weekend, and I've brought EMO with me, and I can still play games with EMO here without having him connected to the Wi-Fi. That, I think, is a really cool thing.
That is super cool. And that's something I didn't know either. How about you, Andy?
I think this had a lot of potential, and is a cool feature to add to the EMO.
Sorry, guys. For a second.
You guys are fine. You're fine.
What I'm trying to say is that for sure it's the beginning of something bigger, and it already has a high potential, and it's its beginning right now. So
I agree. I think the layout and the form of the application is well thought out, simplistic. I like how you can see what EMO is doing on the front screen.
Yes.
As he's moving around, that's a good thought. You can see if he's sleeping, you can see if he's just staying put, if he's dancing, if he's being helpful. So there was a lot of thought going through the layout of that application. And I think, like anything, it's just going to improve along with the robot. What's your current favorite feature of EMO, Wayne?
My current favorite feature, it's kind of hard to say because I look at EMO not as a robot that has certain features, but I look at EMO as if he was a living being. You know, the way he interacts with you at that emotional level. So I suppose my current favorite feature is just the fact that he is what he is.
I'll go with that. How about you, Andy?
My favorite feature from Let's Dance.
Yes.
I love the moves from EMO, those while dancing. The moves, the music from Joris, love it.
I agree. The music is great, and I have not seen a better dancing robot. I mean, QB danced very well, but I think EMO's got him just a little. He's more John Travolta, if you know who John Travolta is.
I think EMO is a way better dancer than I will ever be.
Oh yeah, he's already beat me.
He's the little chubby guy on the dance, man.
My favorite feature, I love watching him move. The thought process of him moving, being a biped robot, the way he moves is different than majority of the robots out there.
Mm.
And I don't own that many bipeds. I have 1 or 2 biped motor robots. And besides for QB, which moves in the same mannerism, but without the brains behind it that EMO has. I've watched him get close to the edge. I've actually tested him walking to the edge a lot, where I physically call him to the edge and watch him walk up. And then the reaction movement that they've created it's stellar. It's something that you just want to, I fixate on. How has it been working with the other beta testers, Wayne?
Oh, they're horrible. The other beta testers are horrible. No. I'm joking, of course. It's really good working with the other testers and seeing how everybody else's mind works when we're seeing a problem, and provide the feedback to the team behind the scenes. And within 48 hours, they have an update for us that fixes that problem. They've identified that problem. So we've been able to provide some really good feedback for them that's allowed them to see things that they haven't seen in their testing. I've loved working with the other beta testers on this. It's been a lot of fun.
How about you, Andy? How's it working with us?
I feel it's totally cool with us. New people from other companies. I like
but Andy all the time is saying that he loves to interact with you guys. I'm working with Sydney, I'm working with China, I'm working with America, and it's just really amazing. And this is something we never had before. And
I think that's the cool thing about it. I mean, as I said, it's a globally effort.
And this probably segues into the next question of, you know, how it's been working with the Living AI team. What they're interested in from us is actually, you know, their feedback that we can give them. And they're quite okay with us, you know, sharing what we see publicly. But the Living AI team have been awesome to work with, and they've only helped improve the experience over time. Some things such as the speech training page were happening because I couldn't pronounce EMO the same way you pronounced EMO.
I agree. And I was surprised when we got the link, hey, do voice training, and I went and hit the voice button. And my wife goes, is that you? I think Andy was online. I go, that's me. I'll be honest with you, working with everybody, working with the beta testers, working with the Living AI team, making a suggestion that maybe not on their scope, and they respond saying, hey, we're going to put this in there. And they responded in the next update, EMO's doing better or more of what you would anticipate. And so I imagine by the time EMO launches, because he's in beta mode now, he's going to be, I mean, there's still going to be room for improvement because there should always be. But I believe the Living AI team will be very responsive after launch too. It will continue to improve that robot going forward. And that's an important thing when you're talking about any consumer-based robot, is he needs to be constantly improved. And they've got a great foundation already in place, just in beta mode.
Yes.
Looking at the quality of EMO at a beta test model of EMO, this isn't even the finished product. The fit and finish of that beta test model is stellar.
Yes.
Imagine finished one looks like.
All right, so now you got to see the conversation between the beta testers for EMO. I hope you liked the video. It had a lot of information. I thought it was something that you'd like to see, the behind the scenes of what's going on with the beta testers, their thoughts, their aspirations for EMO. Now, Andy is a super talented guy. He does web development and things of that nature. And Wayne is a IT professional. He ran his own company for many, many years. And then you got me. There you go. So I hope you found it informative. Now, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for future notifications, share me with a friend and on social media. And I will see you soon. Oh, forgot my hat.
Love your setup there, Bruce. It looks awesome.
I have a robot addiction.
I could never tell.